Everyone, my name is Emily, and I'm going to start by talking about a really cool application or software that will help you 3D print. So, what I'm going to be looking at today is Tinkercad, which is a software for helping you do your own 3D designs, and um, it actually lets you follow projects with little walkthroughs, and you can make circuits and all kinds of other stuff. There's lessons. Um, and what I really wanted to do was make my own dice because I'm a nerd. I really like playing D&D. And what's cooler than using regular dice? Using a dice you've made with your 3D printer. So the thing I'm going to do is I'm already set up here. And as you can see over here, there's a little walkthrough with different steps on how you can make the 3D dice, or die, I guess. And it shows you how to get started. And that's a really nice thing for students who aren't quite sure what they want to do yet, or how to even go step by step. So what we're going to do is we're going to follow the first bit with this, and then I'm just going to take it from there on. So this blue thing right here is called a work plane, and that's pretty much your work table. So that's where you can set stuff down on and adjust things, and you can use different ones by setting them on different surfaces. I'll show you later. Right now I am under the basic shapes tab. There's a whole bunch of different things. There's text and numbers, connectors, characters, but I'm going to stick with basic shapes. And I'm going to go all the way to the bottom. And you can see there's all kinds of really cool stuff here. And they already have a model for a blank dice. So I'm going to click on it. I'm going to drag it right over here, place it where they want me to. And then we have a physical thing to work with. I'm just not going to follow the step-by-steps. I'm just going to show you what to do next. So you got to have some numbers on your dice. You can go all the way through your ABCs, and there's a second page. This is where your numbers are at. I'm going to start with the number 1. But before I do that, I need to be able to place something on this spot. So I'm going to come up here and press work plane, and it's going to want me to place it somewhere. I'm going to place it right on top of here. So this whole orange thing is my new work plane. I'm going to hold my keypad down and drag my finger so I can adjust the screen. And you can zoom in. I'm using a laptop, so I'm using like the jargon for the keypad. You'll just like spread your fingers like that to zoom in. It'll probably be easier with a mouse, if I'm being honest, but gotta be creative sometimes. So I grabbed the number 1. I'm just gonna place it where I think the middle is at. But to me, I think that's a little too big, so I'm going to scale it down using the corner. I can even make it wider or not. And then if that's too many dots to see, you can click away from it. I'm going to click on it again. Oop. And it's kind of hard when it's so far away. So I'm going to zoom in a little more. I'm going to put it right in what I think is the middle. And then, as you can see over here, these objects are 3D as well. So I'll show you, it's not laying flat on the dice equal to the dice's thing. So yeah, it's like way up there. And as you saw earlier when I said whoops, it definitely was not where I wanted it to be. I accidentally lifted it up off of there. So there's a little tree here. I call it a little tree. You just put it down to where you reach 0, and then it's on there again. And then this one shows you how many millimeters it is off of the dice. This is the one I want. I'm going to put it to, let's say, 1. We can click off, look at it. You know what? I don't think I like that because my dice will roll funny if there's numbers sticking off of it. So I'm actually going to put it to either 0 or a negative. I think I'm going to put to a negative 0.5. And let's look at it. That looks pretty neat. So now we have to go to the opposite side and put our 6 because it has to equal the 7 to make a proper dice or die. So I have to get a new work plane. Click on that. And then I have to go find the number 6. Go put it right in the middle. Again, I think it's a little too big, so I'm gonna put it down. And then I have to make sure it's not sticking up too far again. I have to, there we go. Have to look at it. So I'm gonna grab, I think it's this one. It's hard to see sometimes, so you have to really play around with it. This one. I'm gonna move it down to, what do we say, negative 0.5? Awesome. So now let's pretend I already put all of the numbers on it. What do you do next? Like, what do you do after you have all of it on there? Because it might take a while for you guys to watch me put all of it on there. So first of all, you're gonna want to get a work plane. Just set it randomly away from the dice and it will reset the work plane to the original one. So here we are to the original work plane. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. Here's our finished dice. Now you want to highlight it with your mouse. So drag your mouse after clicking around the entire thing. It's going to show you how many objects you have. So we have the initial dice, the 1 and the 6, so 3 shapes. And up here, it's going to say group. So once I click on group, it makes it one giant thing. So it's officially one thing. One thing I didn't realize, which we'll fix, so let's highlight it all, and you can ungroup it over here, is I see the 1 is here, but because I said it's negative, that you won't be able to see it unless, instead of having it a solid, we're going to make it a hole. So it's negative space in there. And we can fix the 6 as well to make it a hole. We're going to go back. Now we're going to group it. And there you have it. You can see it's indented, and that looks really cool. That's going to be a really fun dice. So now, after you have it all put together and the way you like it, you go to export, and it's going to give you the option to choose between OBJ, STL, or GLTF. I haven't really worked with this one before. I prefer OBJ, so you click on that, and then it's automatically saved down here for you. And what's cool about this is since it's saved on your computer, you can upload it to an SD card or to a USB, plug it straight into a 3D printer, and there you have it. You can just start making what you just designed on here in real life. This is an amazing activity for students in almost any grade. I would probably say 4th grade or 5th grade higher because, well, it's perfect for STEM because you're using science, technology, engineering, you're building your own thing, and mathematics with the measurements. And not only are the kids or students getting to practice using all of those subjects integrated, but it's something that's relevant to them. It's already way more interesting to me because it's relevant to me because I can make this dice that I could possibly use in the future. One thing I would recommend is having the ability to get to a 3D printer, even if you don't have access to one in your classroom. Maybe your school has one, and you can download all of the finished products onto one SD card, and it could be like a whole class show and tell after they do it. But I would definitely recommend this, even if you're not a student. I would play around with this just because it's so fun. Um, yeah, this is my review, and I hope you like it. Thanks.